question on addiction is not why the addiction, but why the pain. And if you want to look at what causes the addiction, then you've got to look at the benefit of the addiction. So, when talking addiction, I really don't take from one particular discipline. See, my work is built on the foundations others have laid. Some of the influences here are from Dr. Gabor Mate, who has done a tremendous amount of work in the field of addiction. So, really I'll start off with one of his quotes. So, the question on addiction is not why the addiction, but why the pain. And if you want to look at what causes the addiction, then you've got to look at the benefit of the addiction. What did it do for you? So people typically say that it gave me pain relief, escape from stress, it gave me a sense of connection, a sense of belonging. Really the addiction met some essential human need that otherwise wasn't met in that person's life. So all these states of lacking connection or being isolated or having pain or having too much stress in your life, these are all states of emotional pain. When you look at populations of addicts, what you'll find is that the more adversity in childhood, the greater the risk of the addiction. So, that doesn't mean that every person traumatized will become an addict, but it does mean that every addict was traumatized. So in my opinion, addiction is manifested in any behavior that a person finds temporary pleasure or relief in, but suffers negative consequences as a result of. And does not give up or can't give it up despite those negative consequences. Tobacco, alcohol, substances of all kinds. It can also be related to sex, gambling, shopping, eating, work. Virtually any area of human activity can become addictive depending on the person's relationship to it. Looking at my life, I had two major addictions. Work was one of them and alcohol was the other. The two went hand in hand. They both fueled each other. Working long hours in high stress situations daily, this gave me the justification to drink heavily at work, after work, before work. Really, I made it a function of the job, and it became part of my character. I developed it as part of my personality. Drugs and sex, they were a close runner-up, and they were always present in this chaotic way of life I was living. So beyond that, let's talk about some of the myths on addiction. So number one is that it's genetic. Now, it does run in families, but why does it run in families? So, say if I'm an alcoholic and I yelled and screamed at my kids, they grow up to soothe themselves with alcohol. Did I pass that on to them genetically? Or is that a behavior they developed because I recreated the same conditions that I grew up in? Now there may be other genetic predispositions, but a predisposition is really not the same as a predetermination. The other myth around addiction is that it's a choice that people make. And the whole legal system is really, it's based on the idea that people are choosing to be addicts. Let's punish them as a deterrent to the others. Addiction is not a choice anybody makes. It's a response to an emotional pain, and that's a fact. Another myth is it's restricted to the substance user, to a few losers. But really, it's just rampant throughout our culture. It's everybody. You'd think that with the utter failure of most of the treatment modalities, when it comes to addiction, we'd wake up and ask ourselves, do we really understand this condition? But that doesn't seem to happen. We're not looking at its real nature as a response to human suffering, because we're not helping people work through it and resolve their traumas. We keep saying, what's wrong with you, instead of asking what happened to you. So, I hope this generates some new thought and understanding on addictions for yourself or someone you know. And I appreciate, hit me up with any comments. Let me know what you thought of it. Let me know if there's anything you want to add. And that's about it. Thanks. Take it easy. Brian. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. And if you'd like more, then click the videos right here. They're what you need to see next. And if you're new here, hit subscribe right below me with my picture on it. Become part of the Mind Effect community and tell me what you think about the videos in all the comments below. So I read all of them and I respond to all of them. Take it easy. I'll talk to you later. Thanks.